The final loyalty. There was a strange silence in this part of the city. December had wrapped everything in a soft blanket of snow. Inside a cozy coffee shop tucked in a quiet New York neighborhood, Elena sat alone at a corner table. She took the first sip of her coffee, her eyes lost in the world beyond the frosted window pane. There was pain in those eyes, but not the kind that screams. It was the kind that silently lives inside, like a faded scar, familiar and constant. Outside, people hurried past with their own lives, their own purposes. No one noticed the woman who sat alone with a broken heart and a steeled expression. Maybe that was the nature of pain. It isolates. And maybe that's why Elena had stopped expecting anyone to understand. There was a time when Elena had believed in love. When she gave her heart to Ryan, everything felt like magic. He was the kind of man who made women turn twice, a successful young businessman with charm in his smile and sincerity in his eyes. At least, that's what Elena believed. I'm yours, Elena, always. Even if the world walks away, I'll be your shadow, Ryan had once whispered to her. Under a rain-drenched sky, she had smiled, not knowing how temporary some forevers are. They shared an apartment in the heart of Manhattan. Their days were filled with music, long conversations, soft kisses by the kitchen counter, and promises made in moonlight. Elena wasn't just in love. She had made Ryan her world. But people don't change with time. They change with choice. One cold evening, Ryan told her he'd be working late. Something about a new investor meeting. She didn't question it. She trusted him, until she walked past a downtown restaurant and saw him, laughing, holding another woman's hand like it belonged there, smiling in ways he used to, only for Elena. She didn't confront him that night. She walked back home, her heartbeat cold and sharp, and wrote in her diary, "When you become everything to someone and still end up being nothing, that's when you truly understand what love costs." A few days later, Ryan confessed, "Elena, I didn't mean to hurt you. It just happened. She's someone I couldn't walk away from." Elena looked him straight in the eye. "And I was the one you learned to walk away from." She packed up and left that night. No screams, no tears, just silence. She moved to Boston and began working at a mental wellness center. She focused on healing others while stitching the shreds of her own soul together. The nights were still, cold, and loneliness still clung to her bones. But slowly, she learned how to breathe again. Then came Liam. They met at a conference. He was a trauma therapist, calm and kind, with eyes that seemed to see right through the pain. He didn't try to fix her. He just stood beside her, quietly offering warmth. Liam didn't ask about her scars. He simply held the space where they could safely exist, and in that space, Elena began to heal. 2 years after leaving Ryan, Elena was stronger, not untouched, but no longer fragile. That's when Ryan reappeared, alone, hollow-eyed, lost. "I lost everything," he said one morning when he showed up outside her workplace. "She left. I have no one now. I never found peace after you." Elena looked at him with a stillness he didn't recognize. "Loyalty is only understood when it's no longer yours," she replied gently. "But loyalty, true loyalty, never returns as betrayal. You lost me, Ryan, but I found myself." Just then, Liam arrived. Quiet, present, dependable. Elena turned to him, took his hand without hesitation. Sometimes love means holding on. Sometimes it means letting go. And sometimes, the one who walks away is not the one who lost. It's the one who never learned to stay.